Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm going to be talking about our research strategy for the series, as well as our style and our outreach to gain traction for the production. So, one of our main things that we wanted to employ right off the bat in terms of research for this kind of series is including a drug and addiction professional as a consultant so that we can accurately gauge and gain information that we could use to make the story a bit more, not a bit more, but quite a bit as authentic as it can be. So we would want to do that either through American or Canadian centers such as CAMH. There's the Addiction Center based in the US. There's a doctor there named Ashish Bhatt, which is specifically, he's one of the leading professionals in addiction within the US, and also through Connex Ontario. So that's one of the main things that we would do in terms of gaining um, a good research basis for the film. When it comes to the style and looking at other films to not base ours off of, but to fit in the same wavelength, some of the films that we want to look at and series also would be Beautiful Boy, A Star Is Born, Dallas Buyers Club, Maniac, and the majority of these films they do share a lot of authenticity when it comes to depicting addiction and depicting mental health crises and issues. So we'd want to look at these films, specifically Beautiful Boy, which stars Steve Carell and Timothy Chalamet, to gain inspiration, so to speak, for the film when it comes to the storytelling structure and the style. So when it comes to the cinematic style of the film, we want it to be a bit more natural. We don't necessarily need all of these fancy camera angles and very exquisite lighting rigs. Think of it almost like Dogma 99, where we want it to be not 100% natural. We are going to bring in some lights and have to use that sort of thing, but we want it to emulate a natural environment, and that just allows the audience to come in to the space and not feel like they're watching a movie or watching a series, but it allows them to feel more connected emotionally to the character Rob and his struggles with addiction. So going on to platform and exposure strategy. So again, some of the similar films we were looking at is Beautiful Boy, A Star Is Born, Uncut Gems, Dallas Buyers Club, Maniac. So one of the first things we want to do is start a social media campaign using Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, things of that nature, just to get the series out there in the public eye. Specifically, trying to pass word of the production to certain addiction centers as they typically can advertise in some sense this kind of film as it pertains to their kind of work, um, and as well as launch a website that will have a lot of transmedia content of the production. And yeah, you can see all the information on the next two slides.